All right, so now we'll work our main mobile application. The first thing we will set our main layout for our application. Okay, right now if we see, if we go to main layout, this is going to be default. Let's do this. Let me run this on this Windows machine, but the hot reload is horrible for this. The Blazor hybrid application, but let's see if it works this. I'm going to set this side by side. Now let's what I'll do. I'm going to go to main layout and let's get rid of everything. We'll just have simple body, nothing. Same thing, we'll go to main layout.razor.css. We'll remove everything. Save it. Then we'll go to our main, call it the main CSS. So that will be in triple W root folder, index.html and not index.html, CSS app.css. So here we'll just have HTML and body. Apart from this, I am going to remove everything. We can just have status bar safe area. Remove everything else. Right? Now let's go to our index.html. Here we have this Blazor error UI. Let's get rid of this as well. We have this loading text. Now for this, what I am going to use, as you guys know, we are going to use BoxIcons for this. So this time I'm going to use BoxIcons CSS for this. So we can go here, BoxIcons, and then get the CSS from here, CSS file, not individual icons. Okay, so download this and then we will directly add it to the project. I already have it, so I'm going to simply copy over. So I have added this BoxIcons 2.1.4, this entire folder in this triple W root CSS. We have this BoxIcons. We just need to reference this CSS, BoxIcons.main.css, on our index.html page. If you go to our index.html page, here we have all these CSS. Here only we are going to add reference of this as well. This is going to be from here, CSS box icons 2.1.4 slash CSS slash box icons.main.css. Okay, we can have it after bootstrap, before app.css, so that we can modify it if we want to. And with this, we are good. Now for the color scheme, we are going to use a tomato orange kind of color. So I have that color scheme copied. What we are going to use, let me put it here. So this is the color scheme we are going to use. This is main tomato color, and then these are variations of this. And then we are going to have a nav bar, top nav bar and bottom tab bar in our application. Okay, so these are going to be those things, nav bar height and tab bar height. These are also we are going to handle from here using CSS variable, so that we can calculate things at other places. Make it 60 pixels. Save it and we are good. Now let's go to the main layout. Here inside this thing, let me, what I am going to do, I'm this nav menu.razor, we don't need this now. We can directly get rid of this. Delete. In this layout only, I'm going to create add razor component. Okay, we can have a header and footer, or maybe let's say navbar razor. and we are going to have a tabbar.razor. Tabbar.razor. And on this main layout, before body, we will simply use navbar, which is this one. It is not recognizing it. Yeah, it did now. And after that, we are going to have tab bar. Cool. All right, now we will this body. Let's wrap this in a div class. We'll add some styling to this. Save it. Now for navbar, it is going to have a height of this navbar height. And tab bar is going to be height of this tab bar height. Okay, so we will use this. Now we have all these colors. Let's have some helper classes. Okay, so that we can directly use those classes to set some background color or some text color. So here we'll say bg app. First we have lighter colors, so lighter. Okay, so here it is going to be background color where this is for variable app lighter. Okay, now let me make copy of this thing, bg app lighter. Then we have bg app light. Then we have app primary, so bg app primary, app primary. Then we have dark, bg app dark, app dark color. Then we have the secondary. I don't know how many colors I'm going to use out of these, but I had this thing for a long time. I don't remember. Let's see. So cool. We have these things. Now similarly, we can have the text colors. I'm going to duplicate these, and here we'll change bg dot to bg bg all these bg dot to text app dark, text app primary, and all. Then all these background colors, we'll have these directly as colors. Save, and we should be good now. All right, now let's go to main layout, and here we have this navbar. Let's go to navbar. In this navbar, we are going to have our navbar design. So first, let's have a div with some classes. Main thing is going to be, we are going to have a height on this. So let's have some style. We can move it to the scoped style. We'll move it navbar.razor.css, but right now let's have it here only. So here we are going to have style height. We are going to have a height of this is navbar, right? Navbar height, this variable, which is coming from our app.css. This one. Save it. All right. And here we'll say bg app primary. This is going to be our color. Inside this text color would be text white. For now, let's simply have a h6, and we'll have fresh veg cart. Save it. Let's try to run it and see how it looks. Then we'll start continuing from there. Okay, it's here. Now let me try to set this again side by side. Let's see if we can change something. So on h6, let's say class text center, save, and hot reload is, I don't know, it is not going to work. Mhm. You see? So for this, what we can do, we can maybe try something else, and that something is going to be, let's do this. Let's run this on physical device, and then we are going to use the browser inspector, and we'll try to design it there, and we'll going to copy paste. So it will make our life easier. Alright, so I'm running this on my physical device. Alright. Now what I am going to do in my browser, simply edge inspect, and come on. Yes, inspect. We can see it here, and we can see the styling here. So we'll start designing it here only. Okay, and then we'll copy over the CSS, whatever we are adding here, back to the project. Let me zoom it. I hope you can see it. Oh, let's do this. Alright. First thing, we have this header. On this header only, we are going to add couple of things. So we have this navbar height, first thing. After that, we are going to have position as sticky to this. Then we are going to have a small z index on this. Z index maybe 10, top 0. Okay. And maybe let's say display flex. And then in this, we are going to have the, maybe we will have some items on the right, tab toolbar item basically. So let's have it as display flex with the justify content space between, so that the text is on the left and the buttons can be on the right. We'll say justify content space between, and then align items, we'll say center to vertically align these things. Okay. Then we can have some padding as well. So let's say padding of maybe 10 pixel. For this, we can increase the font size to somewhat maybe 15 pixel or maybe 15 pixel inside this, whatever comes inside this. Alright. Then let's have a background on body. So on body, I'm going to have a background color as maybe let's say E. Then on this navbar, we are going to have a shadow. We'll say box shadow 0, 10 pixel, and let's say RGBA. We are going to have a 0 with 0.1 opacity, so that we can see some the shadow from here. Let's increase these things. So 0, 0, we had this thing. Instead of 0, let's have 5 pixel. Yeah, I don't know if you can notice, but I see this. What if we decrease this? Let's have 5 and 8. So this is fine. This is for our navbar, this main container. Let me copy all these styles, go back to the project. Okay, and this style, we'll move it to the separate that CSS file. But right now, for now, let's have everything here only. Here we'll say, let's say navbar. This is the main container, and we'll add this class here. All right, then we can simply get rid of this thing because we are having it here in this navbar. Then we have this fresh wedge card, the name of the application. On this, We can have this text center is fine. We can maybe have this instead of h6, we can increase this, maybe h4, save it, and we don't need any margin or padding on this. So m0, m0, p0, save it, and then we can have some item on the right. So here let's say I class bx, this is for box icon, bx hyphen, I don't know, maybe user. On this we have bxsm, this is a class. Save it, try to hot reload, let's see if it works, and it is not working. Let's copy this html. Okay, go to the inspector and edit at html, and let's put it here. Inside this we have this h6, so we are going to remove this h6, paste these two things, and then we'll, here we can see, you see fresh wedge cut the left side and this user icon on the right side, right? This is what we need. Here if you see in mobile, we can see this, and the top, this is a kind of header only, we can scroll items outside of this, right? So this is fixed, this is sticky header. Now let's set this top status bar color as well with the same color. For this, what we can do, we know this is Android. Navbar has background color app primary, so we'll go to app.css, app primary is this color. What we'll do, we'll simply go to the platform, Android, resources, values, colors, and color primary dark. This is what gets set there. Change it, and then when we'll restart this, we should have the updated thing. Status bar should be updated with this color. So we need to follow this approach only. This is frustrating, but we don't have any choice. Maybe if you guys know something about this, how can we get it working, that I'm typing here, I'm doing something in the UI and it is getting reflected there, the kind of hot reload, if you guys got it working somehow. It was getting bad and bad. It was kind of workable with Blazor hybrid in .NET 7, then 8 it got worse, and with this 8.NET 9 and Visual Studio latest update, it is very very bad, but we don't have any other choice. All right, app is here and we can see this, it is looking good. Now let's quickly get the bottom tab bar also working, then we'll see. Tab bar, nav bar is fine, we can, let's do this, let's quickly copy this nav bar, go to tab bar, paste it here, save everything. Okay, and this time what we'll do, instead of top 0 we'll say bottom 0, and instead of navbar height we'll say tabbar height, although these are same right now, but we'll do this tabbar height, and this should be tabbar. This class we will have it as tabbar. Save, and let's again try. I always try it, but it never works. Stop, and let's start it again. All right, it is here. Now we just need to change this a bit. First, we have this tab bar, we have display flex, we have space between. So here we are going to have multiple items. When we say items, that means the icons. Okay, for all our menu items, let's do this. Inside this tab bar directly, we are going to have, let's multiple divs. So div class, let's say display flex, flex column. Inside this we are going to have first the icon and then a text. Okay, so we'll say I class bx home. After this, we are going to have a span here, and in this, we are going to have home. Let me make copy of this, then we'll start designing and we'll add the styling to this. So first, we'll have home. Then we are going to have, let's say, cart. After cart, we are going to have orders. Then we are going to have profile. Then we are going to have a quick help screen. Okay, bx home, then bx cart. For orders, we need to find some class what we can use. We have box icons. Order, this is not order. This one, maybe this one, we can try this. The name, so here we have font. This is the class bx object horizontal left. Let's copy it, go to our Visual Studio and paste it here. Then we have profile, so bx user. Then we have help. For this, I don't know, maybe help. Save it. Let's quickly check. Help, help, help circle. Copy this. Go back to Visual Studio and just have it here. Save it. Now, main thing is for justify content, exchange of space between. We need to have something different, maybe space around. Save. And let's have some classes on these. So this div class, this says, let's say tab bar item, tab bar hyphen item, and on this I we can say icon, and this home we can simply say class title, something like this. Okay, let's add this title class to all these spans. Then this class icon, let's add these to all the icons. And then tab bar item class, let's add this to all these divs so that we can have some common styling. Save everything. Let's restart. Then we'll start designing this in the main this window. And after restarting, it simply disconnects. So we just need to close this. We need to open it again. And it will be there once our app is running inside the emulator or the physical device. Then we can go to the browser and refresh this thing again and try it again. Let's wait for it to show up on this physical device. Okay, it is coming. Loading text you saw. We need to handle that as well. And then this thing starts from top. We need to move it to the very end. And this yellow capsicum, was this the last one? Okay, inspect. Here we can see something. It is looking better, not very good, but still better. Now we just need to design it further. So we have tab bar, we have display flag. So for this, I guess we are good with this main styling. So we have z index 10. Okay, we used everything same. So for this one, let's have position fixed, bottom 0. Let's have left 0 and right 0. Okay, width 100% of course, which is there only. Then let's have some padding inside this. So let's say 8px and 0. Hmm. Okay, and here we can have, now we can see it is cutting up, right? Turnip, after turnip we should have something else. So for this we will have the spacing from the bottom, or maybe we can go with the position sticky only, right? Position sticky, if we do this, what would happen? Nothing, it is same, right? Or it is not. Position sticky. What if I say position fixed? Let's quickly see which looks better. Fixed, sticky, fixed, sticky, same. Let's have sticky, it will handle the crawler automatically. If we have fixed, we need to explicitly tell it to have the bottom. What if the screen section, the main content, does not have much? Let's have it fixed only. Alright, so this is how our tab bar is going to look. Now next thing we'll do, we have here justify content space around, but for align items we'll say center. When we say align item center, it is not aligning. That's because, oh, main items are already aligned center. But the thing is, the icon and this text. So this is this tab bar item class. Okay, let's move this tab bar item class. We need to add this tab bar item class only. For this also, we'll say display flex. Okay, flex direction will be column. Then we'll have justify content center and align item center. So you see, these are now center aligned on tab bar item. After that, we can have some spacing for these two things if we want to. Now let's do this. For this one, we will have the tab bar, main tab bar, we will have the background color. Where is it? We will not have PG app primary. We'll have white color on this. Text white. Let's remove this. Or we can simply say text primary. Then on this tab bar, we are going to have a background color of word, not word, just white. Okay, we have this white background color right now. I don't know if you can see it. We will have some border on this, or maybe box shadow on this, so that it shows a bit different. Let's do this. Let's say box shadow 0 0, let's say 2px, or maybe gray color, and we are good. Right now when I'm looking at this at my mobile physical device, it looks good. Okay, now for this font icons and all these, let's have this pen title. So on this title, what we'll do, we'll simply have a font size of, let's say, 12 pixel, a bit smaller. Okay, or maybe 13, 14. 14 is fine. Font size is fine. And then we are going to have the text color as, let's say, let's do this, let's directly add the classes. So we'll say text secondary. This class is coming from the bootstrap library, something like this, which is the color is this one, so we can directly use this. or we can have this text secondary only. But if some item is active, then we'll use different color. In that case, we are going to use text app primary, our main color. Same thing on icon, we'll say text app primary. This is going to be selected, and if it is not selected, then we'll have the different color. All right. Now let's quickly copy over all these things. So tab bar, we have these things in tab bar. Let's copy all these. Tab bar, copy. Position sticky, position fixed. What it did? Position sticky, we don't need this, right? Then we have height, bottom, display, this. Something else was also in. So align items. So we already have it center. Padding is twice, align item is twice, box shadow is twice. So where it is, padding is twice, align items is twice, box shadow is twice. Apart from this, we are good. Font size 18 pixels, we don't need this. And I guess we are good. Let's save it. And on these tab bar items, was that we had to do something else as well, right? Tab bar item is fine. Just copy the CSS for tab bar item. Okay. We need all of these. No, display flex and justify flex direction column. Oh, because we already have these there in the classes. Deflex flex column. So deflex and flex column. We can get rid of these two. And after that we have icon. For icon, just text tab primary. Okay, we are not setting anything on the icon. Then we have title. And on title we are setting font size 14. I spent title, let me just title. Save it. All right, now on all these spans and these, if I set directly on the tab bar item, would it apply to both? The text secondary, yes, it is getting applied. So we are good if we set on the main, and if we do text app primary, yeah, we are good. We can set directly on tab bar level. All these tab bar items, let's have text app primary. For the first one, I'm setting text app primary. For all others, I'll simply set text secondary. We'll make it dynamic later. Text secondary, text secondary, text secondary, and text secondary. Save everything. Let's stop and restart. Okay, app is here and we can see this. Cool. It is looking good now. Now this center section, this section. Right now, if we scroll to the top, we are seeing this thing, but there are items after this as well. So we need to have this section, this bottom tab bar, we have added it here. This is a fixed section, but it is taking up the space. So in this main content, we need to tell it that you should have some spacing from the bottom. Okay. For this, what we'll do, we will go to the main layout here on this div. Okay, let's say let's add a class here. Let's say main content style, and we are going to have on this main content going to have some styling. what that styling is going to look like. Let's quickly get that from here. So reconnect dev tools. It does not work for me. So for this, we need to go back to this route. Again, go to edge inspect and then select this thing. We are here. Let's select this main div, which is this one, body, actual body. And here, what we'll do, we'll say, let's say flex one. Here, this is not a display flex, right? There's no point of flex one here. Here, we'll say padding bottom, and we are going to have var uh, tab bar height. Now, if we scroll, we are here till this section. And we can have some buffer after this. So we'll say calc. This is a calculation in CSS. Space, let's say 5 pixel. Save it and we are good. Now we can see this. So let's have this padding bottom on this main body content. Main content, here we are going to have this thing. Save it. We are not having any padding etc, but let's have overflow, which is default of course, but still overflow y, we are going to have it as auto so that we can see scroll bar if it comes. And looks like we are good with our basic uh, design of the application, the main layout design. For the top bar, the height looks much, right? So on navbar, maybe we can decrease this height. We'll go to navbar height and let's have it maybe 50 pixel. Save it. We'll change navbar height to 50. Tab bar height looks fine. Alright. So we'll go to our app.css. Here we are in navbar height. Let's have 50. Save it. And with this, I guess we are good with our basic styling, our basic layout. But after that, right now, if we see in our main layout, we have this in navbar, we have this section, this name hard coded, and then we have this icon hard coded. So we will make this dynamic next.